Okay, so with the crisscross thing, he somehow it got shoved under the rug, and of course he's still in the music industry, and that's what happens a lot to these very rich millionaires who commit crimes, sexual crimes, whether it's sexual harassment or rape, molestation, pedophilia, just like the Birdman in the Miami Heat. He's a basketball player, and he got arrested, or he got his computer confiscated because he had some pedophilia material on it, and they said they were investigating, but then we never heard anything, and then they just transferred him to the Miami Heat, and he's still playing basketball. So, you know, those are the kind of issues that come up where these guys, it's a proof that I don't think you can ever hardly find any convictions or any persecutions in a court of law where millionaires, high levels, ever get arrested or persecuted, okay, for crimes, sexual crimes. It's because they have so much authority, so much clout and power that they can get away. They pull the strings, they pay people off, bribes are all behind the scenes, and so they get away with it, and they get it dropped most of the time, and you never even, the press won't even cover it. So there's like a little, you know, like they put a tap on it and say, you know, no one's allowed to talk about this person, and then they just stay away from them, and they won't say anything about it anymore. And so that's what happens a lot, you know, in this music industry, fashion industry, sports. You know, a lot of these guys are under heavy sex slavery, where they have to sex their bosses, people who are signing their checks, their coaches. Just like the Sandusky scandal, it happens all the time. But a lot of people don't want to come forward because when you're getting sodomized, or, you know, it's embarrassing, and that's going to take away a lot of your masculinity, your manhood, to admit that you have had sex with a man, even if it was forced and coerced or mind controlled or whatever, how they did it. So I'm going to be doing, you know, some videos on that, and just bringing those up, showing you some of those clips, and hopefully you'll be able to understand how serious this is, and that how these people are getting away. Maybe some of them will get caught, and maybe they'll stop ignoring it, because when they have all this high security and these gates and all this these guards, bodyguards, you can't get to the people, and that's why they're so hard to reach, because they can't be questioned. They usually put everything through someone else, so that it can't be, you know, traced to them. And they don't like to do a lot of research. You know, it takes a lot of footwork and paper trails, and people don't like to do that. They're kind of lazy, and they just want to catch what's right in front of them. And they don't have a lot of women detectives on the force, so of course it's not going to be a priority, because men are involved in a lot of sexual crimes. Some of them have been known to even have prostitutes where they, you know, have to sex them just to get out of crime. So I mean, if you got that going on, then how are we really going to get to the truth, especially with all these rape kits that just sit on the shelves and never get inputted, and they never can track the person. They don't even care about with DNA that we even have. And so I just want people to know that it's serious, and that we gotta realize that when men are in power, they drop the ball a lot of times, and they their priorities are different than women and stuff. You know, they're not as caring, they're not so empathetic as us, and we have to realize that we have to help them do a better job, and it's not that we're trying to criticize them or anything. We just have to, it's our job to let them, you know, see things from a different perspective, from a woman's perspective. And when we, you know, can do that, we can get more people off the streets, you know, sexual slaves, masters, and it's going to be better it's going to be a win-win situation. And so if you know of any, you know, buddy you think that could be a sex slave, or someone that's kept without their will, and you think that's, you know, they're being controlled, and, you know, have a talk with them, try to help them, get an escape for them, or, you know, provide a place or some money to get away from the situation. I mean, come on. We can't always wait for everybody to do everything. We got to do some things ourselves. And like if I had the money, I would start a center. You know, I know right now in my city, I think we only have one place, like the Phoebe House. That's for people that, you know, are trying to escape domestic violence and all kinds of situations. And there should be actually a few of these type of places. You know, and I know that used to have, the YMCA used to have domestic violence. I used to do drives for them to get clothes when I was at Evergreen. And I know a lot of people don't do that as much, and they forget that these women need a whole new set of clothes. They sometimes have to flee, and they don't have not even shoes or clothes. They just leave, and they need all this, you know. And I'm just glad that that I was able to help, which little I did. You know, it was a couple of loads, I think of you know, 2 carloads or whatever. It wasn't that much, you know, but it did help. And I used to drop off things too. They used to have, like, once a month at the beginning of the month, you could come to the back door and bring clothes. And I had went through, like, when I had got rid of almost all my shoes because I couldn't walk anymore in them, and I just gave them all to them. And some of them, you know, were dress nice shoes or whatever, but I figure, shoot, a lot of them need to, you know, get on their feet. They need to go get jobs, and they need help with, you know, dress shoes so they can get in suits and go on interviews. And they used to have this place called Dress for Success that was over in Lakewood. I don't even know if they're still open, but I was going to go by there one day and see if I could maybe do a video and see, you know, show people where it's at, so that people will know and they can go there and, you know, get clothes. And I remember once I even went through there, and I went through this program for Dress for Success, and the lady helped me do my colors, which I'm going to do a video on one day. And she said I was a winter, and I had been wearing some, you know, colors that didn't really look good on my skin, and I was really appreciative for her. And I guess she had got a grant and just, you know, did some of these classes, and she taught me a lot, and I really want to thank her. I can't remember her name, but what else happened? And so I went there, and they gave me a voucher or something. I don't remember if it was just free or a voucher, but I tried to find some clothes, but because I'm about 5'10", I had a little trouble, you know, when you're tall, and I couldn't find anything. So I think they had to give me a voucher, and I went to Fred Meyer's, and I got a suit there or something that fit me. And so yeah, that happened. But I didn't actually get anything from there, but, you know, it was nice that, you know, they even gave me a chance. But I think that's why I try to want to give some of my suits away there, because I got some tall women's suits that I can donate, and I'll just, you know, do a video. I'll take them there. And then I was going to do some videos about consignment shops, and, you know, telling you, like, the bait and switch or the bottom line, because I had a bad experience with Sebastian's Closet once. In Faircrest, and they, like, I dropped off some clothes, and then I tried to pick them up, and they had, like, sold them, and they didn't know where they were, and some were lost, and So I was going to do some stories on that because I know people need money and they want to, take clothes to consignment. Because I decided I think I'm going to stop wearing Nike, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of my Nike tennis shoes, and I'm going to take them there and just kind of do some videos on that. So look out for that too. And thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday. Information you need, reporting all one word with the U.